Welcome to Seagull Running Your channel. Today, first episode of the series, how to prepare a ultramarathon, how to prepare a race, how to prepare a big goal in your life. Keep an eye, don't go anywhere. Okay guys, in this series I'm going to be talking about my humble experience. Like I said in my last video, I did a video, you can see the description below, running with some friends doing hills in Dover, in the place where I live. And I want to help people is starting, again, from my humble experience. I'm not an elite runner, but I want to show you how I do training for a run, like important run, mountain run, a marathon, trail, etc., etc. When you don't have the conditions to do it, when you have a lot of obstacles and doesn't seem easy. This is not for my friends in Spain because they want to train for a mountain marathon. They open the window, they open the door, massive mountains, lot of elevation, lot of fields, a lot of things, and sometimes you don't have the same, like happened with me here. When I have 100 meters elevation hills, then I have to do it up and down, up and down, up and down. Then that's all about this series, talking about shoes, food, and well, nutrition and strategies you need to use to achieve your goal and make your life easy and make your goals happen. Step number one, and what I'm talking today, really briefly, I'm trying to do this series of videos quite short to make it like easy to watch. I don't want to be 20 minutes talking about one thing. I could do it because I like to talk, as you guys know, but I want to do it short. Today I'm going to just talk about one important thing, and I believe the most important at the beginning. Choose a race. You need to choose a race. The first is choose which type of race you're going to do and what is your goal. If you want to choose a race, for example, I'm going to talk about my specific case. I'm going to run next year in Pyrenees. I never said this word rightly. Pyrenees? It's in the border with France and Spain. And it's called the PDA in Val d'Aran, Spain. It's by UTMB. My race, the PDA, is 55 kilometers, is around 34 miles and 3,500 meters elevation. That's around 10,000 feet. That's for the people who live in England. I get more used to with feet and confusing with the meters, kilometers, miles, etc., etc. What happened? In Dover, I will show you the window, but you cannot see nothing here outside, it's foggy. I have hills, 100 meters, then I cannot train like if I was in Spain, in France, in Switzerland, in places with massive mountains. You go for one training, you do 2 hours mountain and you have 1,000 elevation, and you go back home, you do your training, etc. If I go out for a hill here, I go up. That's what I have to do. Then first thing is choose a race properly. Choose the race in your head. Think, okay, this race is going to give you the base of how you follow your program. You need to follow your dream, you need to follow your goal, thinking about in the race. Put that race in your head, which type of race you're going to do. You need to choose race, you need to do the surface, you need to check about the weather, you need to check about the conditions, the distance, the elevation, the logistic to get to that place, money-wise, how you're going to spend. You need to think in your head how much you need to plan in advance to organize the money, maybe sometimes a sponsor, sometimes things like that. But today is about the race. You need to think in all these details and what you need to do. In my case, I could easily do races, for example, without elevation. Like, make it my life easy, go for races like 100 meters, 200 meters elevation, and that's what I have here. I can do it, and I know I'm going to manage because that's the training I'm doing. What happened with me? I want bigger challenges. And maybe you want as well. Maybe you want to qualify for a race. Maybe your dream is to do, for example, bad water. Crazy thing in life. Maybe you want to do the great western states, something like that, the United States, or you want to do the Comrades in South Africa, or you want to do the Marathon de Sables. It's in the desert. I don't have desert here. I don't have sun to train. I will have to go in a place where I can train with sun, or in the characteristic that are going to help me to be the most similar as possible with the conditions I'm going to find in that race. Then that's important. You choose the race and you think everything that's going to affect you, what you have in your area. I have mountains? No, I need to find mountains. I need to find elevation. I need to find exercise to do. This is another video. I'm going to show you how you can train elevation when you don't have elevation. That happened with me here. How long is going to be the race in terms of time and in terms of distance? One thing is be running for one like a half marathon. You think, 2 hours I'm going to do it. Okay. You need to think 2 hours I'm going to be running. Then it's talking about the speed. But when you're doing mountains, that speed doesn't count anything because you're going up, 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 and most of the time you're going to be walking and sometimes going to be running downhill, and you don't have that training for run downhill. Then you need to think in that details. I'm going to be 10 hours on the mountain. What you're going to eat? And this is about the race as well, organizing the race when you think, okay, I want to do this race, it's going to be 10 hours, it's going to be in Spain, it's going to be weather, it's going to be rainy or it's going to be really hot, like it's going to happen maybe with me, it's going to be 35 degrees maybe. This year was like 35, 34 degrees and was a storm the night before. It's really strange weather. Then I have to be ready for all of this. Know my nutrition, the surface, the language. If you go for another country, in my case I speak Spanish, but if sometimes you have to go for a place, if you go for example racing in Poland, I don't know a word in Polish, then but you need to know the basic in case you need for an emergency. You know, it's a lot of details you need to think. It's not like say, oh, I wake up this morning, I want to do a race in Japan. It's amazing you have the conditions to do that, but it's a lot of logistics you need to keep in mind. Then first thing for this episode today, choose your race wisely. I'm not saying to don't dream. You want to run in Japan one day, go for it, but prepare yourself properly. Take a paper, write it down, distance, food, time you need to run, weather, money, when is it, someone is going with you, health conditions, if you need to travel, if you need vaccines, you need a lot of things. It's a lot of details you need to keep in mind. But when you prepare for a race, think in all these details, put it on a paper, and after we're going to think about preparation, what you need to do for that race, what are the conditions for the race. If you need to run in rain, you're going to have to go in the rain. It's not going to be that thing like, I don't want to run today because it's raining. You're going to go for a race, it's going to be raining. Now is the time to go because your body needs to get used to it. And food, obviously you need to be ready with your body, eating and getting like in conditions to body know what you're eating, because otherwise you're gonna arrive in the race, you're gonna go in a place and be having different foods, your body's gonna different, it's gonna feel the difference, and you can get sick. That happened with me. Then guys, for today is that, know your race, and after, do the plan. Don't miss the second episode. I didn't decide what is gonna be the second one. Keep an eye, I will let you know. And let's gonna follow this path together and run happy. Guys, from Dover, UK, Seagull running to the world. See you next time. Don't go anywhere. Don't miss the second episode.